Hi everybody, this is Dr. Audrey Ray. Today is day 10 of my 2-week challenge. It really is going by really quickly, and I'm curious. I would like to know if you have implemented any of the things that I've talked about, and here's why. The subject that I want to share with you today is how knowledge is not power. We always say knowledge is power, but it's not. Knowledge is only power when you implement what you know. It is through action that you create change. It is through action that you can create improvements. And if all you know is know the theory, but you do nothing with it, then you're really not creating anything. So I find that to be particularly relevant for my audience in higher ed because everybody I talk to is highly educated, very smart, very accomplished. So in terms of body of knowledge, the wealth of knowledge is mind-blowing. And you guys are not without knowledge when it comes to performance, when it comes to leadership or personal empowerment, even knowing the power of your thoughts. I mean, there's so much knowledge there. But if you were to compare what you know versus your daily behaviors, are your actions truly in alignment with your intentions? And do you really even have a clear intention before you do something? So I'll give you an example. What I see that's pretty mind-blowing is so many people who are highly accomplished. They're amazing people, by the way. I admire them. They're really exceptional people, but they tend to live with some level of pain that's been there for a long time. And it's not that they don't know what to do, it's just that they're not doing it. And that's really what the issue is. So ask yourself, what's been causing you pain or regret? What is uncomfortable in your life that's been this way for a long time? Because don't get me wrong, I don't believe that in life everything has to be perfect at all times. We go through ups and downs, there's cycles, there's always some levels of challenges. It's not as if you could become a strong, self-empowered person and then it's easy from that point on. No, life is complicated. But looking at overall, is there some pain you've been living with for a really long time? So for example, I hear lots and lots of people tell me, oh, I know meditation is amazing. In fact, I did it for a little while a few years ago. It changed my life. I was calm and I felt better. I stopped overthinking, and they're telling me all those things, but they didn't stay with it. So they have that knowledge that meditation could be the #1 most important thing in their life, and yet they are not making the time for it. Something else, health and fitness. I was very shocked when I worked in higher ed. I worked for 3 college districts. I was shocked to see how much stuff was in the break room, donuts, and it was all carbs, and it was all nasty stuff. Nobody ever brought fresh organic vegetables, and if they did, I would be the only one eating it, probably anyway. And I remember I was really struggling with my weight. I was struggling with my health because I wasn't really planning my meals like I do now. I wasn't having the same quality of life that I do now. And I know it's an environment where it's really difficult to find the time to exercise, find the time to plan your meals, and be very conscious regarding what you do with your body, making sure you don't drink too much coffee, which is bad for your adrenals. And I'm going to stop here because I know I'm going to lose a lot of you thinking, oh, what is this now? Is she going to talk about diet? That's not the point. It's just that your health is important. So I'm hoping that's one example where you can look at your choices and ask yourself, am I really 100% happy with how things are going right now? Or is there knowledge I have that I'm not using? Because that's what today's about, is if you have knowledge you're not using, there is no point. You know, it's funny because sometimes somebody will send me an email and say, oh, thank you, I like your blogs, but you're not telling me anything I didn't already know. And I love those comments. I think they're awesome because anyway, they're amusing at so many levels, but I almost want to tell them, this is really cool. I'm so glad you know so much. And how are you implementing it? Is your life really changing? Because this is all that matters. And I feel like it doesn't matter what we know. The bottom line is, are we doing it or are we not doing it? My goal when I have social media posts, videos, blogs, it's not to find something to tell you that no one has ever said or done before. There's been so many amazing authors, speakers, coaches, and spiritual leaders over the years. There's nothing that's never been said before. In fact, most of what coaches say is the same, regardless of who your coach even is. So this is not about finding that magical solution you've never heard before. It's about when you hear it, Ask yourself, what does it mean to you and how are you going to implement it? So this is really my wish for you is if you've been watching some of my videos or reading my blogs, or even if it's not about me, I don't care. This is so not about me. What I'm trying to say is whatever knowledge you have, whoever you're following, or if it's just knowledge you have through your own insights, things coming to you when maybe you're doing the dishes, taking a shower, driving, meditating, whatever, but whatever truth is coming to the surface, I urge you to do something about it. So I hope that you're finding the purpose, the courage, and really wanting to do this because you're worth it. Whatever you want to change, go for it because nobody can do it for you except you. And you have the power to do it and you deserve more. So I hope that you're going to get started on something new. That's it for today. Talk to you tomorrow.